Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin seems to be getting rejected once again at this larger trend line that we talked about over the last few weeks, last few months. Actually, that's the larger trend line of the overall sideways range we're moving in. I will not confirm an upside breakout yet, even though we broke briefly above the swing highs from last week. But as I said to you in the previous updates, this here could simply just be a B wave. Okay, it could simply be a B wave. Don't get overexcited yet. Even though I won't rule out it goes higher. I mean, essentially, it's a question of as long as support levels are holding, if you want to take a perspective, we're going higher. I mean, the wave count is there for that in white, but the blue count reminds us that we could easily get rejected and have to test support a little bit lower, maybe in the 62K area before we make another attempt higher. It really depends on how the structure now develops. As long as upper support holds, however, the overall focus could be on higher. Just be very mindful that it's only a micro support area and we're now far away from it, right? So we could easily get there again for another attempt. So let the wave counts rise and fall. What really is important is to understand the real levels here that are at play. This can easily just continue to go sideways for a few more days. No problem. Remember that we've been moving sideways here for a couple of weeks and without any breakout signal. So Fibonacci support, the initial Fibonacci support range, local micro range, is defined between 64,793 and 65,670. The market reacted already twice to it and is trying to then rally and break out to the upside without a breakout or without a successful breakout yet. All right. So we haven't yet broken out to the upside. So let's talk about the short-term bullish scenario maybe. Yeah, let's talk about that first. And I'm not going to talk about the daily chart, not going to talk about the context. Yeah, we did that in the first video today. If you're interested in the context, that one is of course still relevant. You might want to check it out on the channel. But if we assume a B wave bottomed here on the 23rd of October, then we had a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside. That's a higher low corrective pullback in wave 2 of C of a third wave. That third wave, that C wave is now unfolding and we could be in the third wave of the C wave, then get a 4 and a 5. Now internally, based on the internal structure, in this C wave, we'd be stuck at the moment in the middle of the third wave. So that needs to go a bit higher. And then we want to see a fourth and a fifth. How long is the third wave in white valid? Third wave in white. Well, it's valid as long as we're holding above the Friday low. Why is that? Because the third wave would likely be an ABC structure. It just has to do with a structure, right? It's all corrective. So we have to say maybe this was an A wave. Maybe we get a B wave down and they can go deep and we go higher again. So be ready for that. That's short-term bullish, okay? And then we would have to find support at the Friday low or above, and then form higher prices and get into that area 73.5 to 74.5K. So to keep it very simple, as long as the Friday low is holding, that white count has a chance. Now, the blue count reminds us we could go a little lower before attempting another rally. That's within blue wave 1. It's a larger 5-wave move. Well, in this scenario, we just sort of be in the process of wrapping up this blue B wave here. So larger degree A wave topped around the 20th of October. Then larger degree B wave started. And within the B wave, we have an A wave, which bottomed on the 23rd of October. The B wave itself is an ABC structure and is currently unfolding, and then a C wave down could follow. Now the focus needs to be on that internal B wave now, which, as I said, started to develop on Wednesday the 23rd. And in this case, we have an A wave up, a B wave down, and the C wave up could be unfolding right now. And that C wave would likely be a 5-wave move in this scenario. 1 second. So if that C wave up is unfolding, we have a 1, 2 setup here, probably a third wave, get a 4 and a 5. So we might see another 4-5 pattern in blue wave C of B. Right, and in this scenario, ideally the price wouldn't break below the last swing low. So ideally not below 67,550. which means that as long as we're holding above 67,550, I have no indication at all that we have a price top in place. Below 67,550, at least we have an initial indication that we have a local top in place. And below that level, then the Friday low comes into focus. But I can tell you that already below the, one of the intraday lows here, 67,550, we have an early indication that some kind of a top has been struck. And also then an early indication that the blue B wave has topped. But it would need to be confirmed with a break below the Friday low. So overall, just still a sideways range, still overall looking for higher. The question is just, how far is the next pullback going to be, which should give us more insights. But the chart has a lot of opportunities here to still morph in this region. So we have to remain flexible here. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.